Hi everyone, today we will be performing our new microcurrent gloves therapy using our Zemits ElastiStrom device. I've got collected all the pieces I will need for my treatment, and those will be the protective under gloves that you always need to wear underneath your microcurrent gloves to prevent current going to you and supply it directly to your client's face. The Zemits microcurrent gloves, as you can see, there is no cords, there is no machine. This is a completely portable microcurrent tool that have the small connectors right here that will generate the current, and then the gloves, they have the silver thread inside to conduct the electrical current to the skin. I will also need a little bit of water to get my gloves wet so they can conduct the current, and some skincare, which would be hyaluronic acid, the gel, which is full of peptides, and also the wrinkle gun serum that I will apply after to relax the muscles and to moisturize the skin. So let's get started. While I'll be performing it, I will also explain you what are the steps, why we need to perform them, and what results I'm expecting to achieve. First of all, I need to wear my undergloves. Those are regular latex gloves. They will protect me from receiving the electrical current that I don't need. I want to provide it all to my clients. So, undergloves done. Then the gloves with my microcurrent tools, you can either disconnect them first, wear the gloves, get them wet, and then connect the tools. 1 second, might be challenging. So these gloves, they have the silver thread inside it, and the silver is the beautiful conductor for electrical current. That's why you need to be gentle with these gloves and never wear them directly on the bare skin. So you always need to have some kind of protection on your hands. Super important. While wearing the glove, you need to ensure that your underglove is covering the skin. So your microcurrent glove cannot be touching the skin directly this way. It always needs to be going through the protective layer of the glove. Let's do another one. Okay, ready. As soon as both gloves are on your hands, now you want to make them wet so all the metal can be beautifully conducted into the skin. I've got a little bowl with water right there, so you can just dump in there, make sure they are totally wet. You can either do it under the sink, because it may be just a regular water. It doesn't need to be toner or serum. It just needs the liquidish content for conductivity. I will be also using the conductive gel. It will also help me penetrate the skin deeper. As soon as you're already in here, you would need to connect your device to the tiny inputs at the top of your gloves. Just 2 clicks, click, click. Okay, ready. Till this moment, your client's face needs to be cleansed, ready to further treatment. You can either start the way it is, or if you want to perform more intense, more deeper treatment, then you would want to add a little bit of conductive gel previously on the skin. I will start the way it is right now, and then I will determine if I want to add more. Press and hold on the on-off button to activate the device. Then you can select either one of 3 modes, which is A, B, or C. I would use mode A, and then you adjust intensity. Intensity, you can adjust it from 1 to 9, where 1 is very, very gentle, 9 is the most intense one. I want to start with intensity 1 to see the reaction of my clients to this current intensity. If she is comfortable and I feel that the skin response is beautiful, I can adjust intensity higher step by step. The most importantly, make it very gradual. Don't do it high intensity right away. Start with low and then adjust it to higher one. Okay, now the process. So what's happening with the microcurrent? I always need to stay on one side of the face. I cannot do it on two sides, as I'm grounding both of the electrode, 1 and 2, into the area of the same muscle. So I want to start with the chin right here. So when just one glove touching the skin, the current is not going anywhere. My client doesn't feel anything. As soon as I'm touching 2, she might start feeling some tingly sensation, or maybe nothing at all. Do you feel anything?
Yeah.
A little?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, so we can start with the lightest intensity first. Okay, let me do this. Make a few passes, see the reactions, and then usually one is very, very gentle. So I would definitely adjust it to higher intensity. And what I want to do, I would want to add some gel to increase my conductivity and my gliding motions. So what I will do now, I will add a little bit of gel right to my hand when I'm wearing glove, because this is the conductor. I will apply it on the treated side area of the skin. Even thin layer, not so much. I will follow up with the same intensity one. Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the secret. The gel helps to conduct the current deeper into the skin, and I'm performing my first, the most gentle treatment step, which is the lymphatic drainage. So I start with the middle of the face, and then I gently move it to the periphery. This step will help me to stimulate lymph drainage, will help also to decrease puffiness and edema in this area, as well as it will help to bring more new oxygenated blood to this area and warm up the skin before I will continue with more intense, more aggressive steps. Comfortable?
Yes.
Okay, let's try a little bit higher. So I would do intensity 2. Still, reminder, I have the intensity from 1 to 9. So I'm doing only 2.
Mm.
Comfortable, or should I? Okay. Intensity 1 it be.
Yeah.
Okay. The secret of microcurrent is pretty fun, because it's a regular pulsive electrical current that uses the specific frequency to penetrate deep into the skin and also to the muscle fibers and increase the energy production in these layers. The whole concept of microcurrent is to help your own mitochondria to produce more amount of ATP, which is the natural source of energy to your own cells. So the most beautiful process, what I like, is that it is very natural and very holistic. Even though it's using the current, it's not doing anything artificial. It's just helping your own cells produce more energy, making them more rejuvenated and vital. So when just one glove touching the skin, no current is being penetrated, so she doesn't feel anything. I need to use 2 to ground it to go through the skin. I, as a provider, don't feel any current at all. All the power is being conducted through the skin into my client's face. Few passes starting from the middle to the periphery, and you can do a few techniques. You can start in one spot and then you can move to the periphery and then follow it, technique number 1. Or another technique, you can place your arm and then move it in this direction. Same story. You're just following the lymphatic drainage. Comfortable? Do you feel metal taste?
A little.
So usually this is kind of one additional feature of microcurrent. Clients will feel metal taste in their mouth because of the conductivity. I'll do forehead first. Forehead might be a bit more sensitive because it doesn't have that much of fatty layer or the muscles. It's usually just the skin, aponeurosis, a little bit of muscle fibers, and then the bones. So the middle portion of the forehead might be very sensitive. Ask your clients how they feel. I'll start and you tell me if you feel uncomfortable, okay? I'll start from the center. Comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. So starting from the center, following to the periphery. Another tip how to make it more adjusted to the skin is that how many fingers you're using, or what is the general space of the application. As more fingers I am applying, the more area I am working with. So if you want to be gentle, you can use one finger and another one, or just the tip, starting from here and then go to the periphery. I would rather use the tips around the eyes. With the forehead, I can use the entire surface, or I can use two fingers to follow it. It's all up to you. That's why microcurrent is so cool, the gloves specifically, is you can play with the techniques and the protocols. And another, as I just showed you, hold it on the periphery and move it from the middle part, from the center. We forgot to take the before picture, and this will be so dramatic. Usually when you do the 5 to 10 minute microcurrent treatment, you see the skin tightening and lifting results right away. So usually if you will do it to your clients, don't forget to take the before pictures, because results are usually mesmerizing. The eyebrows are lifted, the cheekbones are more contoured, the jawline is sculptured, so it's beautiful after results to make your clients feel confident to come to the next treatment. A few passes on each of the areas, and then we'll turn our face a little bit on one side. So I have more gel here, and again, that would be a very common question: if I can touch the gloves. Nothing happening, if you can see, meaning that having the gel and two electrodes together, I will just not conduct any current to my client, because it's going to be grounded right here, but there is no shock or anything dangerous for myself. As you can see, nothing's happening. So just make sure while treatment you are not taking the power from your client, so they are staying away from each other, just on the close distance. Same steps from the center to the periphery, few passes. Find the way you like it, the technique or the massage lines, and make sure you keep both hands in contact with the skin. Otherwise, there is no current right now, so I need to use both always, following the lymphatic flow. So in every microcurrent facial, lymphatic drainage would be step number 1. This is the most gentle, the most relaxing step. And then the further step will be a little bit more intense, and they will be directing to certain specific skin issues, such as, for example, hypertone. If your clients don't have enough skin elasticity or tone and you want to increase it, I'll show you the technique. Or if your muscles, if the client's muscles are over toned, if they are always stressed, like the 11s or the forehead, you would need to relax them, and there is also the specific technique to achieve it. Okay, this step is done. I'll pause myself so I can use my gloves in the middle again. So first step is over. I will go ahead and do my another step. This step number 2. I reapply the gel directly on my gloves to have the great, beautiful penetration. And I will now turn it back on. I will use intensity still 1, because she is very sensitive. And I will focus this step to tone the muscles. So which muscles I want to tone? I want to do the jawline sculpting. I also want to do the cheekbones, and I would like to lift the eyebrows. So here are the steps how I like to do it. If you have your own techniques, also share. So 2 of those would be 1, when you are using both of your arms, to a little bit pinchy motions on the jawline to tone it. You can do it in a more fast way, or you can do it more slowly to contour the specific skin area. You want to stay a bit longer in this area, and you want to massage them using your different varieties of techniques that you want to perform to stimulate the muscle tone and to tone, also to improve skin tone. So I will focus on the jawline area first. Keep both gloves in constant contact with the skin. Comfortable? Few more passes this way, and then we can jump to the next area, which will be the cheekbone. Reapply the gel Okay, intensity 1 still, no worries. Okay, so here are a few techniques that you can apply. You can grab, like push the soft tissues under the cheekbone and then place your tips of your fingers on the top to stimulate the current go this way, kind of sculpting and lifting this area. Based on the fact that we already did the lymphatic drainage prior, now the tissues are less heavy, so it's easier for the skin and for the muscles to lift up and achieve this contoured look. Few more passes. I also like to do this. The thing is that when you are performing the skin toning, and if you want to achieve muscle tone, you're starting from the distance and then you're moving towards each other. So you start your electrodes far and then you go to each other and you hold it. Kind of, I'm finding my muscle in there and then I'm pinching it, or this way, and hold it this way. Beautiful. Nice. Next would be my eyebrows. So what I want to do with the eyebrows, I want to lift them up. So I want to tone a little bit this area underneath it. So I can start here, lift it and ground it, hold it. As you can see, I'm always reapplying the gel for the better conductivity. Again, she is super sensitive, so my intensity is from 1 to 9. I was able to usually do it on intensity 3 to 4 on the face. Right now we are staying on intensity 1, but that's the beauty of the advanced equipment. You need to be able to adjust it very precisely based on your client's preferences. And if this particular case is very sensitive, that's very nice to have the device that allows me to use it on the sensitive settings. Hold it. Then you can do a few passes on the forehead to lift up the eyebrow. I can see the vibrations, which is great. Always try to ask your clients as of their sensation. It shouldn't be ever painful or uncomfortable or burning or any discomfort sensation. Sorry. Up. Hold. So you see, I'm finding the muscle, holding on it, and conducting the current into it. So I'm making the muscle work while staying in one spot and increase its tone. So muscle will contract, increase the activity in cells, improve blood and lymphatic circulation, and produce more amount of ATP, which client skin is always in need. Okay, almost done. Done. Awesome. So I want to show some techniques when we will be using around the eyes to reduce not inflammation, to reduce puffiness and also increase the blood circulation. So I'm going to use one of my fingers. I will put it in here just to ground the current. And then another one will do the tiny circles around the eye. You feel it?
Yeah.
Awesome. You can't visually see it, maybe just a tiny, tiny vibration around on the eyelid based on the tiny contractions of the muscle. The concept is to stimulate the orbital muscle and push all the stuck lymph to the direction of lymphatic flow. As soon as I'm finished with that, I can go ahead and do the relaxing step. Okay, now the relaxing step. There are some group of muscles in the skin areas where we want to relax it, which will be the crow's feet, which will be 11th, and maybe the forehead. Maybe sometimes they need in the wrinkles around the lips. So I will start with my eye area. I will start from the middle and go to the periphery. So that's the main difference. When I was doing muscle toning step, I start from a part and then I was moving forward. This case, when I want to relax the muscles, I want to start from the middle and then I'll move it to the opposite direction, kind of stretching out that muscles and relaxing them, and hold at the ends, maybe a bit less amplitude. Okay, then the 11th one. She doesn't have it, but those who have the 11 wrinkles, they would need to address this too. So you'll start from the center of the forehead, and then you'll move against each other in the opposite directions. This or this will work too, depending on how is more convenient for you to perform this treatment. If she would have the wrinkles around the lips, I would do the following. I would do this, few passes, and this. Okay, face all set. I'll show you really quick how would I do the neck massage. You can do either all three same steps on the neck and décolleté, or you can just stimulate lymphatic flow, which is pretty much the most important on the neck and décolleté. So you would use both of your gloves, reapply the gel, make sure she feels comfortably. Okay, we'll start from underneath. Feel comfortable?
Yes.
And then you move one to another and finish on the jawline. I like either to follow them, or for example on the sides, based on the lymphatic direction, you can do classical lymphatic direction technique. Starting from behind the ear and go down right there to stimulate lymph flow on the neck too. And then on the front surface, you will go up and then you'll follow it. Up and follow it. Again, the speed of motions is determined by you and the type of your treatment. It can be more fast, more toning, and more dynamic, or you can use more slow motions to create this spa-like atmosphere. Directions, few passes, done. Okay, we're all set. So I would just add a little bit of Hydro Wonder, which is the hyaluronic acid serum. You can use any that you love in your classical facials. Another thing, you were able to apply the serum under the gel. So if you want to combine your microcurrent experience with the infusion step, you can first apply the gel, first apply the serum on the skin based on the skin type, then apply the conductive gel, and then perform the microcurrent. In my case, I used beautiful gel with peptides, so it was good. Now I'm applying my Hydro Wonder hyaluronic acid serum. It's done, and then my next step would be to reapply the wrinkle gun. Wrinkle gun is also the serum as well as the moisturizer. It have the component close by its biological structure to myorelaxant that will block a little bit, just super gently, the pulses going from the brain to the muscles, letting them contract. So what we did right now, we were relaxing the muscles around the eyes, which I still want them to be relaxed. So I'm applying my serum. All set. Your final step can be applying the SPF. If you did the any kinds of exfoliation before, or it's just if it is the daytime and you want your client to be safe, of course, always apply the SPF after. So summarizing what we just did, we were using our beautiful microcurrent portable tool called Zemits ElastiStrom. So this was the machine. There was nothing else connected to it. It's a cordless portable device which is using the power of microcurrent gloves to lift, tight, and tone the skin on face, neck, and décolleté. You also can use it all over the body. Just make sure that you follow the lymphatic flow directions, and then turn on your creativity, and then just use any technique that you feel is complementary and beneficial for your clients. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you are not yet, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.